right. So we have changed a few things, as you can see. Just give me one hot second. Where are we at here? Right there. Might even just put that little sucker over there. That's fine. Just a little bit higher. A little bit smaller. Okay, let's see here. Lock that up. Yes. Let's see. I wear my sunglasses at night, right? Yes. As a matter of fact, I do. We're gonna bring it like that, make it pretty big. What do you think? What do you think, guys? I mean, we're just kind of going with it. Let's see here. We are live on Facebook, guys. Death Code TV on Facebook. We're live on YouTube, horizontally and vertically, right? We're doing a Q and A. What are you guys waiting for? Get up in here. Let's talk about your ghost stories. Talk about what you want to talk about, right? It's your time. Come on in and ask me a question about the paranormal, right? Do I believe in ghosts? Have I seen a ghost? Let's see, what do we got here? I wear my sunglasses at night. Looks good, sounds good too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. That said, that reminds me. Oh. That. Give me 1 second, guys. We'll get right into it. But yeah, we're just gonna have that we're gonna have one of those moments together. All right. So I do hope that we're I'm pretty sure we're live on both. Should be all right. Thank you guys for showing. Do you remember how old you were when you saw your first ghost? That is a really good question. That's a really, really good question. So let me try to dig deep a little bit on that one. Man, I remember seeing this weird red shadow one time coming through my back window. It was like a red energy, like, but what it looked like to me was just like a red ghost, like a cheap looking Halloween ghost. I didn't see eyes or anything like that, but it had that shape, and it was just like this weird mass that was like coming in through the back door in my grandma's house, and I must have been like 4 years old, but I can't be for sure if that was a ghost. But the one I can remember the most, that's really the most profound for me, well, we're not going to go there yet because I don't think it's the same thing. I don't think the ghosts and demons are the same. So, but yeah, that was, I mean, I remember having my friends, staying at my friend's house and, you know, seeing a woman, seeing a full-blown apparition. But I was already like 10, around, like about the time it happened. I was around 10 years old. And yeah, it was very, very scary. I saw the spirit 3 different times. And yeah, he ended up moving to Kentucky. So Ben, if you're out there, hope you're having a good day or night, wherever you are in the world, right? You're in Kentucky, so right. The way you're picturing it reminds me of the red thing on Insidious. Oh, it may as well have been that. Yeah, it could have been that. I don't freaking know. But all I know is I remember just seeing that, and that's something I'll never forget that, because, you know, I remember that experience of being like up late at night. Must have been like I was gonna say 3 a.m, at the most obvious time, but it was like around 2 o'clock, something like that. And I remember hearing a noise at the door to lead back into the kitchen, and then when I go to look, I could see the light hitting the kitchen door, but then I'm like, where is it coming from? And then I go look, and it's just like this thing, like a red shadow thing right there at the back window, the back, it was the back den of the house, right? It was a 3-bedroom house. I guess the den was like, I guess we made it into a bedroom, and the back door that led to the backyard had like a crazy sliding sliding door that we, I mean, glass, you know, part of it was glass, and you pull it and they would slide down, but it was still like stuck in the door, and you can pull it back up and then push it and it would lock. And it was such an old door, they finally, you know, replaced it. And do not mind that. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm gonna have to get in there and set that up again or something. I have no idea. Oh my god, my neck has been killing me, guys. But yeah, so we're live. We're doing the paranormal Q and A. Get on in here. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what you believe. Let's talk about what you know, what you want to ask. And yeah, so Insidious is such a great movie. I don't know who's excited about the new Insidious movie coming out, because I thought that was the last one. I forgot what the last one was called. I should know this, but I have seen them all, and they're all amazing. Our kids, especially the oldest, would talk to ghosts when they were small. Oh yes, right. We've had some conversations about it, and yeah, heard some voices and having to move out of certain places because, you know, we end up hearing a voice as everything was being moved out. I think one of the kids forgot something and had to go back inside the house to get it. But yeah, interesting. Heard a voice. I forgot what it was said. What was said. I know Wicked knows. Sure, Wicked. Of course, Wicked would remember. But yes, we're only like 6 minutes in, guys, and we're gonna be here for a while, and we're talking about the paranormal. Sorry, talking about the paranormal, and that means whatever it is. You know, it's not just ghosts. It's not just, you know, like, what do you want to call them? I don't know. Like, call them entities, skinwalkers. You know, Wendigos. I'm actually working on an episode for my web series, Voices of Death, which is a play on, obviously, and I say this all the time, but I'm going to keep saying it because I want, before someone kind of just throws it out there, I'm going to say it. And like I said, I'm going to keep saying it. But it's a play off of the, you know, the VHS films, the brutal Faces of Death movies. Even though it has nothing to do with Faces of Death, it's just Voices of Death. It just kind of came to me. And since we're dealing with the paranormal, we're trying to talk to ghosts and everything, and spirits and the other side, it just made sense. You know, we're gonna go with that. I'm trying to get as close to stay close to the mic because I have a really low voice, and if I'm too far from it, like, you're not really gonna hear me. But if I'm too close, then it's gonna be a lot of bass in my voice, and it's gonna sound, I don't know what it sounds like, but I hope it sounds okay. But yes, that is all we're doing. Really, we're just in here, just paranormal Q&A, and I want to do I want to do a live stream where I ask you guys what your stories are and stuff, and we can hear you through Discord or whatever kind of calling system, you know, Skype, whatever we're gonna use, figure it out. But I definitely want to do that, and I want to hear, you know, who you are, you know, what you sound like, just like how it would normally be. We're just having a conversation, like, you know. So it's going to be interesting, and I would love to see that. Let us know in the comment section if you think that's a great idea, and we'll do it. But I mean, regardless, I think we're gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna be hitting these paranormal Q&As like crazy, and let's see here, make sure that's right. But yes, I'm gonna try to do these Q&As like daily, honestly. Right, I feel like it's gonna be easy. We're gonna just keep going in that direction, and I'm really excited to go to. We're gonna go to the courthouse for the first time. Wicked and I are gonna go, and we're gonna get in there. I don't care what it takes. We're getting in there. How can you channel your gifts? Like how can I make myself hear them again? Since I guess I channeled them out because it would get me mad. Yeah, that's true. That happens. That definitely would piss anyone off, just hearing spirits all the time. You have to learn the difference. Not learn, but you have to feel the difference of what you're hearing with your physical ears, and then what you're hearing with your spiritual, you know, frequency in the air. So you'll hear a ring of the ears, And in some cases, like ringing of the ears is a sign of like hearing loss. And I've had operations on my ears and stuff, so I know all about that. But with that said, I notice when my shift, in my emotions and energies are changing. I hear certain frequencies. I can tell when my frequency is lowering, and I can tell when it's rising. And yeah, it's a lot of times like these things happen, and these spirits, their energy gets through your frequency, and you start to feel that. That's why some people, when they go on investigations for paranormal investigating, they get lightheaded and stuff like that, you know. And I can't wait to go to the courthouse, but I want to go back to the hospital because there was a lot of activity there. It was crazy. It was freaking crazy. Right. Yeah, my earrings a lot. Yeah, that's a sign of like spirits around you, or just your own frequency. More often than not, it's really just like your own frequency. But yeah, definitely like that. To me, I'm a firm believer. And when you hear that, when you hear the ringing of your ears, that's like a sign of your frequency rising or lowering. And hopefully, for our sake, right, it's rising. Especially when you're trying to do these investigations, you want to have a high frequency, positive frequency. Don't go into investigations in a bad mood. Even if you just don't want to be left out. Like, no, I'm gonna go anyway. Bad idea. Really bad idea. Do not do that. Right. So we are on subscriber only mode, right? But all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, honestly, and it's not gonna cost you a freaking thing. So I don't know, but what you guys are waiting for. Hit that subscribe button. All right. Let's see here. Is it up here? Right there. Just gonna make sure that we got that going. The audio is a little different. It's not connected to this. It's a workaround where I show my little subscribe button on the vertical and I show it on the horizontal, but it doesn't do it at the same time. So on the vertical, you're not going to hear the audio, but either way, it's there. You guys, hope you like it. Custom paranormal subscribe button. But yeah, so yes, it's really early in the morning, and I'm not really expecting a whole lot of people to just jump in and do a Q&A at this time, because I was setting up a lot of stuff, right, trying to make it look just right for what we're doing right now, because I've been doing gaming. I've been doing a lot of retro gaming and horror gaming and blah blah blah, and I'm trying to break away from that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I need to go see a doctor or a psychiatrist about me taking a break on games, but it's a big part of my life. I love playing, scary games and all games or whatever. But yeah, so we're trying to break away from that for a little while, and we're gonna stick to the paranormal. And I'm really having a lot more fun doing it, honestly, because I've been playing games all my life, and I've only been doing the paranormal for like a little over 15 years, 4 years on YouTube, and I've gone to so many locations where I try to speak to the other side, or the deceased, or the unalived, right? If you're part of this whole, new generation or whatever. But yeah, we're kind of old around here. We're kind of old around here, and we love you, Wicked, for sticking around and supporting. Today, post a short video so you can stop thinking about games. I know. The videos, I just have to get on there and do some talking like this, and so add a little context to the video, so people can, so our family here at Death Code TV can get a little idea of what happened, why it happened, and all that good stuff. Yes, old school. Let's see, what is this? Yes, why not? I feel like I just said that, but it's okay. It's quite all right. Yes, there it is right there. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button if you feel so inclined to do so. And yeah, hit bell notifications if you do subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss another paranormal Q&A like this one, which is really the first one ever. So if you're here, congratulations, right? I love you. Let us know if this is your first time joining the stream, right, and where you're from. Let us know what state or what country or wherever the hell you're from. Let's see here. Ooh, love it. Love it. The ghosts. You gotta love the little ghosties. I love that. So, I wonder if it. No, it's probably not gonna let me select that. Yes. So, tell us, guys, what is your question to me about the paranormal? Anything. It doesn't matter what it is. And I'm waiting. It doesn't matter what the question is. I'm just gonna spit it out. As soon as I see it, we're gonna talk about it. Someone's probably gonna come in and say something stupid. We're still waiting for the people like, Harvey, where are you, Harvey? We need you. Get in here and say something, right? Tell everyone just how much you love me. If you're watching, Harvey, you probably are watching, but you're not gonna get through. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but we do miss you and we salute you. We hope that you have a good day or night wherever you are in the world, right? This has been a message brought to you by Death Cold TV, Inc. I don't know where I come up with this shit, but yes, guys. Yes. Paranormal Q A. Get up in here. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about your paranormal experiences. And yeah, I'm excited. I really want to know. It's only going to take a few words. You just comment. So anything. Ask me if I believe in ghosts. Ask me if I've seen ghosts. If I've seen. The truth is, there's a lot of things that I've seen. So I'm just really excited to talk to you guys about it. So don't be afraid to ask me a question. Like, I'm not going to laugh. I'm not going to think you guys are crazy, because more often than not, I'm probably a little bit more off the deep end than my subscribers. So yeah, but people who follow me and who subscribe to me, they probably know just how Looney Tune I could be. But yes. So got here. Have you ever thought that you would ever be followed or possessed when doing an investigation? Oh man. All right, so Wicked is obviously he's here supporting all the time, right? She's gonna be here, and we love her for that, right? Everyone give her a round of applause, right? Let's give her a round of applause. That's right. You listen the first time, you hear me, audience? Fake audience. But yes, so yes, I do love you too. I love you as well. So we're gonna go back to that question because I want to keep that there. What is this? Thank you. You're very welcome. All right, so I'm having a lot of fun already, because this is just opening up a new pathway to bigger possibilities. Like I said, we're live on Facebook too, so hopefully we're gonna pull more people in slowly, right? And I didn't really get to introduce myself. Like, obviously it says here, my name is Chris Black, right? I am the producer and director, co-owner, and a co-owner is Wicked. That's why we were just talking about her. But yes, possession. But yes, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, because I'm over here looking at Facebook, and we haven't really been using Facebook a whole lot. So I kind of wanted to get that out there, because we're going to be doing that. I'm trying to go live on Facebook and vertically live on YouTube and horizontally on YouTube. And that's the most I'm probably going to do for now, until I really just kind of get a system going on. But yes, so have you ever thought that you would be followed or possessed when doing an investigation? You don't really think about it until it happens, you know what I mean? Unless you watch a lot of freaking movies, and but when it does happen to you, and it has happened to me plenty of times, you think about it after. At first, just going into places that seem spooky, you only look at the place like it's just a building, which it is, but still, you can't help but think, what happened in those buildings, you know what I mean? So I think everybody's allowed to pass away anywhere, right? You could be on the rooftop making out with your girlfriend, and you pass away up there in the middle of getting a tongue down your throat, right? Or you could be going to sleep, or you could just be watching TV. It doesn't matter. You can pass anywhere. There's nothing is excluded when it comes to where we can just croak. So with that said, I feel like all places are potentially haunted, right? If that makes any sense. I watch a lot of movies. That's why I'm always aware and not scared. Well, so far, lol. You say you're not afraid? You will be. You will be. It's like with the worst Yoda impression like ever. But anyway, yeah. You will be scared, and when we go back to the hospital, I just know, I know something's gonna happen. Oh, something already happened, guys. We're not gonna ruin it here. We're not talking about that. We're not really talking about that. It's the people who have, who have stayed and helped support us. They're gonna be seeing this content, and we've been really, trust me, guys. I'm going to be pumping out way more content than I ever have, and it's just most of it is going to be 90% of it's going to be paranormal. I want to get back to playing Resident Evil 2 because it's so nice to play, live, and everybody loves it. I'm not. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We're going to keep this. I like this here. I'm going to leave that there so that people can get a better feel of what's going on. But yes, so I don't think it's possible. I can't use a TikTok app. I guess I could go live on my phone. I could do that, but I wouldn't be getting the chat sent here, so I would have to look on here, and then it would kind of pull my attention away from you guys. So it's like, pick your poison or whatever. So it kind of sucks. So that's why I'm using Facebook to go live. But yes, what are your questions, guys? Get in here, get in the chat. Let us know your most recent paranormal experience. Did you get touched in the shower, or something weird happened when you were going, down the stairs, in a hotel? Like, yeah, things like that. Anything. It doesn't matter. Or you're in the backyard and you saw something that was not normal. We want to know. We want to know. Have you seen anyone that has gone with you act strange during an investigation? Oh, that's a really good one. Oh, you know what? Give me a second to think about that one. Did anyone act strange? Honestly, like, everyone was pretty well composed. Like, the people that I've taken with me, because a lot of times I don't really take anyone because I don't want to get anyone in trouble, and I'm not afraid to go by myself. So the thing with Wicked being in the picture is it's gonna be good. So we can pull in a female audience, because we do realize, like, not everybody wants to see this mug, and most of my audiences, I like to think, are males, and maybe some females. I really don't know. We don't get a lot of people chatting, and that's okay. You know what I mean? People they're just kind of lurking. We got a lot of lurkers, to tell you that. Let's see. Honestly, I can't think of anyone. I really can't. I don't think anyone's acted weird. And I would say something's gonna come to mind, but nothing. I just can't. Maybe through. I'm gonna put it on the back burner, and it'll just pop up. And oh, you know what? Yeah, but right now I can't think of it. And I do apologize for that. But yeah, that is a very good question, though. Like, I should have an answer for that one, and I just don't. Laugh my ass off. Hey, no ghost tripped me down the stairs. I wasn't paying attention. LOL. Yeah, that was something else right there. Yeah, that was something else. But yes, that's so awesome. Like I said, this is our first Q&A, paranormal Q&A, on the channel, and this is something we should have been doing a long time ago. So that is my bad, but we're picking up the slack, and I have the help of Wicked Creations, right? So everything is gonna smooth itself out, and change that. It's popping up a little bit too soon. But yes, so once we keep getting these Q&As going, the algorithm's going to build up, because right now YouTube cannot figure out where it wants to place me, because I've done video games more frequently than paranormal. So it's just a matter of time, and I feel like everyone's already, at least in my part of the woods, neck of the woods, everybody's asleep, and we're vampires over here. So if you can't tell by my pale white skin, right? But if you probably assumed my race and gender, you'd probably be wrong, because I'm still trying to figure that out myself. Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm just kidding. All right, we'll do a DNA test right after I hit 1 million subscribers, right? And we'll figure out what the hell I am. I know I'm a mix of something, right? Part vampire, part I don't know what I am. I'm a mutt. But yes, talk about what's the scariest ghost / thing you saw while investigating. That's just so easy. It's too easy. That's too easy. And like, the scariest thing that I ever saw in an investigation. Yeah, we are vampires. No, really, we're vampires. But yeah. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Right, and we're watching you, right? When you're not watching us, we're watching you, trust me. So get in here so you know when we're not watching you. You don't know when we're watching you because you don't watch us. So we'll stop watching you when you start watching us. Or maybe you want me to watch you. That's freaking creepy. Because I have no choice, that my vampire blood, when I don't get human blood, even after an hour, I'm freaking out. So that's why I don't go live all the time, right? I'm asleep during the day and I have these glasses on because even this ring light is just too much for my vampire eyes. Because I'm like a low level vampire. I haven't sucked off enough vampires. Oh, we're canceled. I can't believe. What did I just say? Sorry guys, you had to add like a little, have a little comedic value for the streams too, right? I've had it for a while, just kind of like, I might as well use it. But I just thought of that right now because I did not mean to say that, but it's like, yeah, sometimes I just say stupid things. But yeah, anyway, we are vampires, so just get over it and just, like I said, start watching us so we can stop being peeping toms looking at you. I'm the queen, that's why the sons don't bother me no more. Oh, yo. Who do we have here? How do you say that? Nana? I can't really pronounce that. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. Welcome to the stream. Do you have any questions about the paranormal or ghosts? Yeah, have you had any experience with the paranormal? We can't say anything anymore. Too many pansies, I know, right? But yes, get in here, Nana, or however you say it, Nanas. Talk to us. What is your question for us here at Deathco TV when it comes to the paranormal? What is your experience with the paranormal? Are you somebody who's still trying to find proof? Are you someone who's already encountered something that you would like to talk about? Because right now, we're open. We're up the air. Right. So, you must be subscribed already because you won't be able to comment if you're not. So you've been here before. And let's see here. Yeah, it was here. That is funny. Nay, Nana. I have no idea if I'm butchering that. But yeah, thank you for saying hello. But we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait a little while and see what you guys come up with. We've been live for exactly 30 minutes, right? We're live on Facebook, Deathco TV on Facebook. We're trying to get back to going live on Instagram, but we're not live on Instagram, sorry. And we're live on vertical and horizontal for YouTube. I do have a Twitch, but Twitch for me is we're kind of like more for gaming, so we're not going to be doing gaming if I could help it, because gaming is one of my guilty pleasures, and I'm just so addicted to horror gaming. So anyway, but yeah, Nana, what's your take on the paranormal? And talk to us, or whoever's watching. We can't see who's watching, so If anyone, whoever's watching, let us know what you ask us what you want to know. We shall answer. Let's see. And another thing too, we cannot see. I'm not looking at the likes or anything like that. I'm just kind of just talking to you guys, and I try not to worry about that. You know, I want to focus on our energies matching up. You know, it's important. All right, there's not a lot of people who are going to want to, you know, talk about this kind of stuff, and we're just right now we're syncing up. You can't see who's watching because you're wearing sunglasses at night. No, that name has a weird S or something at the end. Yeah, I could see a little bit. You're right though, but like I said, it might not. I mean, you might. I don't know. It might be daytime. It might just be daytime. You can see the green screen's removing something over here. Hold on. Oh, it's not doing it. It's actually the background remover is doing a really, really good job. But you need to get enough light on you for all those people that are trying to learn how to be, you know, streamers, and you know, get the camera just right. It's all about lighting. If you don't have enough light, you can have a pretty decent camera and it's gonna look like crap. So, but yeah, what does it have to do with the paranormal? Absolutely nothing, or maybe everything at the same time, because cameras are important, trying to capture spirits, ghosts, apparitions, whatever you want to call them, right? But yeah, we are here to answer your paranormal questions, right? And we're just waiting. We're waiting for that. We've already had, you know, Wicked's been doing a really, really good job of keeping the stream going. We appreciate you for that, and we love you. We love you for that. But yes, what are your questions, guys? We are here. We are open. We are live, and we're not going anywhere for a good while. So sit down, buckle in, and get ready for some paranormal Q&A. What are you waiting for? Let's do it. So I will start off. What the F? Water just fell from the ceiling onto my shirt. Is that a leak, or? I mean, that's crazy. That is weird. Right. Oh, dang. Alrighty. No leak. That is weird. I ain't gonna lie, that is pretty freaking weird. Let me see something. Let me do a test real quick, because I'm pretty sure this stuff isn't getting recommended, but I'm gonna try it anyway. It says it's live. Okay, here we go. Test. Don't mind this message, guys. I'm just testing this out. All right, it works. Takes a little while. All right, now we can get off of there. Right. That's just a test right there, guys. So we'll just go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, I was just testing Facebook. So, like, this is the second time we've gone live on Facebook, like, this month. We just have a lot of stuff going on, guys, and we are going to be here, like, really, really just cracking down and just going live. This is going to be a thing. I feel like I can do the Q&A, like, every day. It doesn't really stress me out. Playing the game and really just trying to focus on the chat and play the game and do it well. It really, it could really, you know, get stressful at times, you know. And I've been playing games for so many years. It gets to a point of, like, it numbs my brain, and then I'm like, I need a break from the gaming. But I could do this all day, just talking like this, and you guys get in here, test me, ask me any question you want, and we're not going to brag on any. We are open to whatever you guys have to say. You don't know me, but I don't know you. Let's get to know each other. Get up in here and join the family. Join the cult. Join Death Cult TV. What the freak are you waiting for? Hit that like button if you like the stream. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on bell notifications. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss any more paranormal question and answers. podcasts like this. Sorry. But yeah, anyway. I'm still getting used to my new subscribe button because I used to use, I don't even know if it's here. Hold on. I don't even think it is. Yeah, I got rid of that shit. Yeah. Anyway.
Listen! What?
That was not supposed to go that long. Yo. Yo. Let's see. Who do we have here? Give me 1 second. It told me, but then I really couldn't see it. But yes, it popped up. Thank you so much for subscribing. Let me go and check my stats over here. And we will get to the bottom of this. Oh, okay. Yukiro. I don't know if I'm butchering that. Yukiro, welcome to the stream. Welcome to Death Cult TV. Thank you so much for subscribing, and we really appreciate you for being here. And we love the energy you're bringing. Thank you so much for doing all that. It means the world to me, and it's just a good gesture, you know. Yes. So welcome to Death Cult TV, like I said, and welcome to the very first Paranormal Q A on the channel. We've been focusing on a lot of horror gaming, a lot of retro gaming, and we're just trying. I said this earlier, but you guys are here. I'm gonna repeat myself. We are kind of trying to break away from that, and yeah, you know, we're having a lot of fun doing these investigations. We have a video that's pretty much it's done. I just want to add subtitles. I do realize that nowadays, like every program pretty much has a built-in subtitle thing. You know, you watch YouTube, you just turn on subtitles, but that takes a little while for that to get. For YouTube to load all that up. It's not automatic. It could take like a week, you know, for it to finally build that up. It just depends on how popular the channel is. And I only have 1,700 subscribers, so I'm not like that popular at all. So YouTube's just kind of like, who cares? Until they see my video, they're like, okay, give them some subtitles. So I'd rather do it myself. So it's gonna take a little while. That's what this whole rant is about. I'm so sorry. We have this video that, from the abandoned hospital that we went to, and we heard a creepy little voice or whatever, or something. I don't know what the hell it was, right? We didn't record anything outside because we didn't want to have our flashlights get we didn't want to get spotted by anybody that in the surrounding houses around the hospital. So we went inside, when we were outside, Wicked and we heard a bunch of stuff. Like, we heard a lot of noise. We got close to a part where we decided we got close to the building on a part where we decided that's where we're gonna get in. And what do we got here? Thank you for subscribing. Forgot to put that there. Too many whispers outside. Yeah. No, there were like a lot of whispers. Ikudo, yeah. Yukiro. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's a cool name. But yeah, thank you again for subscribing. But yeah, we heard a lot. Yeah, as soon as we were about to go into the building, when we found the spot that we were going to go in, it gets me excited. I kind of start fumbling over my words, but we got close, and I'm looking in there, and I have a little knife. It's like, I was using Wicked's knife, so it was like a pink handle, right? Don't judge me, and if you do, it's okay. But yeah, so I'm looking inside the doorway. You know, there's like a board. You know, all that stuff wasn't recorded yet. We started recording once we got in, like I said. But before we went in there, I can hear somebody talking in the bushes, like whispering in the bushes, right on the other side of the stairs. That it was just like 4 or 5 steps. So there was like a little, you know, the concrete was there, and there was like a grass growing on the other side, and I can hear somebody talking in the bushes, and it freaked me out enough to where I had to step back and be like, what the hell is over there? Hold on, what's over there? But we were ill-equipped, and it was for a second time in a row that we forgot the flashlight. So we didn't stay there long, but what we caught in a matter of being there for like 10 minutes was insane. I pick up on energies, you know, and that's why I do this paranormal investigating and stuff like that, because I love speaking to the other side, and it comes like second nature to me. I don't really use Ouija boards like all the time or anything like that. As a matter of fact, it's not something I do. It's not something that I do very often, and I don't take it lightly. I take it very seriously. It's not a game. Never play by yourself. They say never play in cemeteries, which I will do that eventually. I don't know what that's all about, but it's definitely rule number one. It's not a game. Rule number two: never play by yourself. Rule number three. These are kind of like my rules. Yes, a lot of noise inside as well. Rule number three: do not, when you're playing the Ouija board, do not try to get a hold of like your dead relatives or whatever. Yeah, I don't recommend doing that because maybe some people believe that they can talk to their dead relatives, and that's not something that I'm a big believer on. I think you can talk to them in the astral planes when you're like sleeping. That's what I think sleeping really is. When you're dreaming, you're like your spirit is like going into a different realm or whatever outside of yourself, a spirit realm, if you will. So I believe you can communicate with your family that's no longer with you. And I've experienced stuff that is just like things I will never forget. Dreams that when I woke up, I was emotional and I just knew, you know what I mean? I knew that there was something that a connection when I spoke to certain people. Rule number 4: always say goodbye. Oh yeah, right. That's true. There's a lot of rules when it comes to playing the Ouija board. To be honest, there's so many. But one of my favorite rules is like, don't clown around. Like when you're doing the Ouija board, you don't want to be like all serious, but you don't want to mock the spirits or the demons or whatever it is that we communicate with. But like I said, I'm not a complete expert. Like I'm not saying like that I know every single time what I'm talking to, but for the most part, in my experiences with the Ouija board is like purely demonic, and that's kind of contradicting what I just said, but that's what I was saying about not communicating with your deceased relatives, because you're not talking to your deceased relatives like about 90% of the time, and if you, like I said, if you have the ability to know that you're talking to them through the Ouija board, awesome. It's like I said, that's on you. I don't recommend it, but you want to talk to your family or whatever, I would recommend trying to just learn how to astral project and control your dreams, have lucid dreams. That's the best way. But I know it's kind of weird talk. This is some weird stuff that I'm saying, but it kind of goes hand in hand when you do the paranormal. So it's not that weird. But yeah, we're here at Death Cult TV. That's what we do. We do weird, right? And yeah, so we'll be going back to the hospital to not just to finish the investigation, because we only went there just to get, gather some information about what, the state of the place. I'm sure there's homeless people in there, but we had to go and just kind of see what was going on. But now that we know what we're dealing with, thank you for that. But now that we know what we're dealing with, we're gonna go back. We're going back, and we know the name of the place, right? I don't like to mention the places that I go, because I've had people that I told about, the locations that I do filming at and investigations, and they've gone and wrecked everything and told their friends, their little hoodlum friends and everything, and people that I don't even associate with anymore. So I'm very I try to keep things very professional, so that the places that I do go to, eventually they're all going to get torn down anyway. But there's no point to draw more attention to these places just for clout or for views. You know what I mean? We're there for the energy. We're not there for like specifically like the location, like, and where it's at. It's just a matter of what are we going to see when we go in there? What are we going to catch on camera? What voices are we going to pick up on audio? That's what we're there for. So in the future, we might talk about it, but while the buildings are still up, I'm no longer disclosing the information, and it's very private, for obvious reasons. You know what I mean? There's so many reasons like why we shouldn't tell the audience, where we're at. People can go and rob us, take all our equipment, and we don't necessarily believe in hurting somebody, but if we have to, we're gonna do what we got to do. But these things happen, and they can and they will happen. So we can only be so ready, but this is why you should hit that subscribe button, because anything can happen when you're doing these crazy investigations. But yeah, that's why you should hit that subscribe button, so you can see the madness as it unfolds, because we're not messing around. This hospital has just this hospital has so much energy, it is insane. But yeah, I'm just excited to really get back over there. But the courthouse is going to be one of those ones I don't even know. Everybody knows about the courthouse, so if we're live in there and people from our city or people who know about it have been in there, they watch the stream when we do go live over there. We're not going to be able to go live over there because the walls are so thick. The signal's just not good enough. What's the scariest place you've investigated? Oh, man. The scariest place that I've ever been inside, or the scariest place that I had equipment and I investigated like that, I'll let you, determine where we go with this question, because, yeah, that is a good question, but I guess investigated, as she already said that. Man, I would say I don't know if it's not been inside. Yeah, yes. But the courthouse is trying to think right now. The burned down house was real recent. I know we just recently did that one, but that one was creepy as shit. That one was really, really creepy. I just felt like there was so much energy in that house. But I wouldn't say that's the scariest. I don't know if it's Green Grove Cemetery in Weatherford, Texas. Yeah, Green Grove, Green Hill, some shit like that. I should know this. It's late. I mean, I've been up all day, hiding in my coffin, waiting for the sun to go down. Right? Us vampires, we don't sleep. But yeah, off the top of my head, I don't know. I think the hospital is more creepy than the house. Oh, the hospital is way creepier than the house, but it is a bigger building with more energy, so that's naturally, yeah, I totally agree with that. There's one I already know as just, yeah, so yeah, it would have to be the cemetery. An outdoor investigation by myself from 1:30 to like 3 in the morning. Scariest fucking shit happened to me. That was the scariest. What seemed innocent as fuck was like so sinister. Everything that happened that night was the most. Show the Bible from the house. Oh, okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Here's the burnt Bible that popped up out of nowhere when we were at the burned down haunted house. So it's not really gonna look all that great. You're not really gonna be able to see it that well either. But yes, here is the burned Bible. Oh, that looked crazy. It was like a black mass on there. But that was just like the thing removing it or whatever. Yeah, since the light's not getting on it. But yes. And you can bet your sweet cheeks that I mean, it's burned. The Bible was burned, and I decided to take it before, it completely disintegrated, because it was just kind of like a piece of history for us here at Death Cult TV. But as far as the whole like finding weird things like a burned Bible that it was not there when we walked up to the house. There was no freaking way. especially if it was a book, right? And there was enough light out there from like the street lights by the cemetery, for sure, that I would have seen. We would have saw the Bible at the foot of the door. There was no freaking Bible. And then we walk around the house and everything, and we go outside and we walk all the way around to come back to the front, and there's a freaking Bible, a burned Bible, like just open on Genesis. Oh no, I can't remember if it was Genesis or Revelations. I know that sounds completely fucking fabricated, but that is one or the other. I don't know, but that happened, and it was creepy. It was creepy. When we came back, the Bible was kicked over, or the wind moved it. I don't know. So we're like, you know what? I'm gonna take it before someone else takes it. But I don't think anyone's stupid enough to take it except for me. But we don't know what kind of energy is on there, you know. And we try to cleanse, and we try to, you know, and burn incense and stuff like that, you know, and put our intentions of, you know, of light and positivity inside the incense smoke, and just so that to carry that across the, you know, our frequency and our house and everything. But yeah, maybe we don't do it as often as we should, because the energies have been crazy. They've been good, but this is kind of like, it comes with the territory. You know, you do paranormal investigating, you're gonna get stuff to like follow you, and it's not always good spirits. So, it's not always just spirits. If we're gonna go, if we're gonna go there, but you learn to deal with these things, and you learn that, you know, you can't do it on your own, you know, in the name of the Father, and everything that is positive, and everything that is negative, and everything that is balanced, and everything yin and yang all together. You know, light creates shadow, so they can't be one without the other. So it's a balance. So there's people that'll probably judge people that are into the occult, like Wicked and I. They'll judge us because they think we're evil or Satanist or whatever. The world's starting to open up to the idea of Satanism, and I'm not a big fan, right? But you'd be surprised just how satanic the world is around you. And over here, you can count on us. You know, we're gonna help protect our followers. I looked at the pic. It was on Genesis, right? It was on Genesis, so I was right. But yeah, it's just been interesting. It's been real fun working with Wicked, and she's always here to make sure that, you know, we keep the chat going, because like, especially right now, nobody's awake. All my subscribers are probably asleep right now, but we do want to give some people time to get up and maybe get their questions answered. Like I said, it's the very first Q&A, paranormal Q&A. So we're not really expecting much. You know, like I said, it's really my fault for not going live. But that's gonna change. So for all those people that just can't stand the sight of me, like, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be showing my face like every freaking day now. And yeah, and if I can't go live to do a Q&A, it's just because something else is coming up. But we've never had a schedule. We try to do a schedule, that it's not going to work, because that's my life is not, you know, I can't just do YouTube, you know, and say I'm going to go live every day, like doing something like gaming, whatever. I'd rather actually communicate with my audience on a level like this, because this is what we're doing anyway. So I will be changing the description on my channel to have a more of a non-video game theme, changing a few things. I just changed the logo this week. I hope you guys like it. It's an eyeball instead of my face, so you guys can see the paranormal through my eyes, or my eye, I guess, if you want to be like, you know, if you want to be an ass about it. But yeah, so it's awesome. We got people who come in and they don't say anything, and we like that too. But we don't just want to just talk about what the experiences that we've had. We want to hear what you guys have to say, and we're gonna be here for you guys when you decide to finally open up a little bit, you know, because I know it's kind of weird talking about ghosts and all that. Some people think you're crazy, but we're not those type of people. We want to know. We need to know, right? We're gonna lose sleep over here at Death Code TV. The people, you know, here at Death Code TV, we're not gonna be able to go to sleep unless we know your story. Tell us your story. But yes, so speaking of story, I'll talk about another paranormal experience that I've had. Yo, yes, welcome to the stream. Dang, I didn't think you were up. I didn't even think you were up. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome to Death Cult TV.
Welcome to the very first Paranormal Q A. We are going to be doing this shit on the daily. We're going to be doing this on the daily. Yeah, so I got things set up a little bit different for this stream, this type of, I guess, not really a podcast. We're not really talking to anyone per se, but we will be setting up for the future where we're going to be doing Skype calls or something to that, something of that nature. What's your scary story, Ploxy? What's your favorite scary movie? I just woke up. I'm weird. Shit. Hell yeah, you're weird. Nice. It's just, we're all a little weird. So, let's talk about... Ooh, I don't have the pictures, but I can pull them up. Damn it. I wish I had that set up. I don't have the pictures. Damn it. How can I do that? I should be able to do it. They were in the chat. Give me a second for Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. I know he put some pictures. Here they are. Download. So let me send them to... What the heck? What is that? That's weird. Save. Photo saved. Save. 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 All right. Hopefully I can send them to this freaking chat because it wasn't working. What is that? All right, so let me go over here real quick so I can pull them, bust them out real quick so we can display. I know I got a little off track, guys, but we're gonna show some photos that our good friend here at Ploxy Retro shared with us, and yes, let me just pull them real quick. I have a couple of scary stories. My friends and I used to go ghost hunting when we were in high school. Oh shit! Here we go. Save. Go to pictures. Save. Oh, damn it. Did I do it right? Okay, and then save. All right, so what do we got here? So one of my stories had to do with our oldest daughter. For a while, I would hear her talking in my room thinking she's been playing the whole time, but when I finally walked in on her, she was sitting on my bed talking to the wall in the corner saying it's her friend. can't remember the name, and I said he was a little boy, and said he was a little boy. That's creepy as shit. There's always those little ghost boys, right? And girls are all the scariest. So now that we got that going, I could bring up some pictures. All right, so this is gonna be a little tricky. Give me a second, guys. We are gonna pull up. Let's see here, because I want to get these pictures going right here. What the heck is this? Oh, the new update. I see. So we're gonna go with. Ah, I like that. Even when not visible. No, we won't do that. No, we won't do that. Remove. Yes. Don't we all? Hell yeah. I'm just trying to like figure this out so we can get this on the screen. So we're gonna do window capture. I guess I'll try this one. No, we're not doing that. What we will do is go down here. Oh, I see why it's doing that. Add existing. Properties. I'm assuming that, oh, there it is. Oh, no, it's not it. Extreme elements. There we go. All right, guys, so we're gonna adjust the photo just a little bit. Give me 1 second. Right. All right, because I just want to look at this over here. Let me look at the chat real quick. So, I love me some ghost stories. One night, let's see here, we bring down. I don't want it to block it though, real quick. You guys can see this, right? Oh, what the hell? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. All right, one night in her sleep, she said out loud, "Oh, that hurt," and I rushed in and she was asleep, but her legs were crossed like she was sitting down in a chair out. But of course she was laying down. I see it. Nice, here we go. Let me just read this one real quick, Bloxy. My son would get placed down on the floor when he got a new bed. When we took his crib away, it wasn't a fall because his pillow was always under his head and the blanket on top of him. That is pretty creepy. All right, I want to try to analyze these pictures a little bit. Right. But I'm still trying to get it over here. Let me see real quick. Okay, let me get the paranormal text off of there. All right, we're gonna do it like that. It's the best that I can do, guys. But let me take my freaking glasses off for this one. All right, so I don't know if it's. Wait a minute. Am I able? Oh, there we go. Let's see, what are we looking at here? I know there's a way it was just a regular magnifying glass. So this is, I'm trying to find the right picture because I know I have all of them. I think this is the face right here. Oh yeah, most definitely. Like freaking wild. Like, let me see if I can bring it over. There we go. What the fuck is that? That is fucking crazy. Like, I hear it now too. Let's go. Yes. Sweet. Yes, dude. That shit is fucking weird. That is what I'm gonna let that sit there for a while because that is an amazing catch right there. You can see the damn shoulder and almost like his hand or some shit. You know what I mean? So that is wild. Yes. Yeah, it's a face. And I can see the face. I can see the face clearly. There's no. Yeah, it looks like it could be like from where I'm seeing, it looks like he could probably be like 14. You know what I mean? Just getting to that mature age where he's about to hit his growth spurt. I don't know. I could clearly fucking see. You could see the mouth right here. Yeah. I don't want to zoom in too much because I don't want to ruin the shot. See his eye right here, his nose, his other eye, his hairline, his ear, his shirt, his neck, then his shirt line right here, and the chin. Let me move my big head out of the way. So, mouth right here. Yeah, but if you zoom out, oh shit. Oh, I see why it's doing that. I could find the haunted house that we went to, but at that point, everyone was on our side of the room, and I took that last picture before we went to the next room. That's freaking crazy. His mouth is crooked. It sure the hell is. It's not just crooked, it's freaking creepy. So I'm seeing this. There's a hand right here. Like it's his hand is like kind of like you know, like here on his waist or whatever. I know you guys can't really see me on the. I still got like a bruise on my stomach. You guys can't really see me. You can't see me at all on the horizontal, only on the vertical, right? So if you do want to see my ugly mug, head on over to the vertical. But yeah. So right now we're just getting a bigger shot of this ghost, that Ploxy Retro, courtesy of Ploxy Retro. Yeah. So he was such a nice guy to allow us to show these images on the stream, and we're gonna post them too. We're gonna go ahead and post them. We're gonna tag him, and if you're not following Ploxy Retro, what are you waiting for? You can find him on YouTube, on Instagram at Ploxy Retro, right? PLOXYYRETRO, right? There. I wish I had a little thing to pop up to say it or whatever, but yes. That's a good photo, Plox. It's an amazing photo. The guide told us that they would hear the little boy running and down there. What the hell? Running up and down there? Okay, you can't see me. Okay, John Cena. I like this one right here. Yeah, that's a good little. Yeah, that is such an amazing pic. I can see so much shit right there. Like, it's kind of hard for me to adjust because I can only show you so much on here on the vertical. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, you can clearly see you can see the boy. I mean, I would get a tattoo of this shit. It is so clear. Like, and I don't know, maybe that's a thing that I'm going to start doing, getting tattoos of spirits that I've seen. And I don't know, I think that's a great idea. But this, I didn't see this personally, but just because I like it so much, I know it sounds crazy, but I would get this tattooed on my face, of his face, on my body. Everything I just said, You know, it's like we are just like forget all about all that. That's funny because that won't pop up over there on the vertical. So it's like pick or choose, right? You want to go horizontal or vertical? Hey, there's a little bit of, you know, there's a little differences. You know, you're not going to see that pop up on there because it ain't set up, and that's okay because it wasn't made for the vertical anyway. But let's get back to the chat. Oops, I'm here now. I wanted to see you. Typo. Oh, no problem. It does look clear on the horizontal. Oh yeah, it's looking really good on there. It looks really, really good. It's just more focused on there on the image, so you're seeing a lot of the graininess like that, and it probably looks like that because I brightened the video a little bit. Hey, what was that? I know, right? Yeah, I don't even know. I have no idea. All right, so there's that picture, and I think that's probably the last one. Oh no, here we go. This is the one where it's circled. So for everyone who can't really see it, it's gonna be hard. Like I said in the vertical, it starts to move to the right as you can see. It starts going that way, but we're gonna leave that right there because that, man. So I just had a question, Bloxy. What AI? You know, what AI service are you using to make these ghost pictures? I'm just kidding. That's definitely like legit for sure, for sure. But yes, let me see here. We're an hour in, and let's see, we still got. Oh yeah, we still got time. But since we are an hour in, let me come over here real quick. It's the only photo I ever captured of a ghost. You have any idea how freaking hard to get? It's hard. It's really, really hard to get a ghost photo. Right. Nah, it's on my personal Insta. All right. Dude, like, oh, it's such a good picture. I had a photo that I took at a cemetery, and oh my god, dude, it was the clearest photo of a ghost I ever got, and it was a woman, and it was just a picture of a woman. That's really all it was at first, and I'm like, it was a I could see the fucking tombstone through the woman's dress. Like I caught a full body apparition, and I was going through the photos, and I had to show a family member of mine, like, what do you see here? Go through these pictures, and I picked three. I picked three pictures that only one of them had something in them, and he got my cousin got to the third picture or whatever, and he's like, this one. I could see a woman. I'm like, yeah, bro, there's a woman in the picture, right? Whatever. Fast forward a few days, and I let another cousin of mine, an older cousin of mine, look at the same picture of the woman, because I was like, yeah, look at this, whatever. And he was like, I don't really see a woman's face. I see like a baby's face. And I'm like, I was freaking blown away. I caught an image of a fucking woman in a long dress and like a headdress too, like those old, like, I don't even freaking know, like an Amish looking lady or whatever. She wasn't Amish, but she had that like that setup or that get up. And I caught a fucking ghost, image of a ghost holding a baby. And you could see the baby's hair, and it was like the craziest picture I ever got. And then another cousin, I'm not going to mention too much detail, stole a lot of my belongings, including my phone that had that picture on there. Picture's gone forever. Anytime my wife and I go to another city, we go to the best haunted house there to go on a ghost tour. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We, ghost tours are really cool. I, honestly, I like to go and do my own touring because I don't want to have to pay all this money just to kind of have a ghost story or whatever. I want to go and stay overnight and do some very, very serious, ghost hunting. Yes. So I always wanted to capture a ghost on camera, but I did take a photo of all of us before leaving the haunted apartments, and only the oldest face is blurry, like she's moving her head fast. True, that is true. I can tell you that what she's saying is true. It sounds like some movie shit, because the movies are not even as real life. Like, and it's like that sounds stupid what I just said, but I think you know what I mean. I think the movies, real life is way more terrifying when it comes to dealing with spirits and stuff like that. So, Ploxy, when you got this picture of this ghost, did you see the ghost, or you just happened to look at the picture later on and spotted it? Because they have that one thing that's called like pareidolia or whatever, pareidolia. I'm probably butchering that. It's I don't say the word enough, so I should know this, but it's like very late, and yeah, I've had very little sleep as a vampire. We don't sleep, right? But pareidolia or whatever it is, like I said, I'm definitely butchering that. But when you see something that's not really there, but it appears to be like a shape of something or whatever, yeah. But this is real. That's a legit picture. Yeah, it freaked me the hell out. Just talking about that was just creepy. Hey, Ploxy, maybe you and your wife can come with us to the haunted house that we plan on going to. Forgot what it's called. Nah, I saw it later in the photos. I never seen it while we were there. Yeah, shit. Where I caught the dolls, where I caught the ghosts, or the woman holding the baby at the cemetery. I also caught this crazy doll that was leaning. It was an energy doll. It had like 3 different colors, shades of orange and yellows. The head was like a bright, very bright orangish yellow. The body was like a more amber color, and the legs were like its own little orange color. And it was like a little, like a toy soldier leaning against the tombstone, and it wasn't there when I took the picture. Oh, she's talking about Haunted Hill House in Mineral Wells, Texas. Oh yeah, it's whatever. We're going there. Yeah, we're definitely gonna go, and we can pay for everything. I guess just if you just find your way there, and we'll just buy. We're doing like the 8. I guess you pay $550 a night to have at least 8 people, but I'm trying to only have like 4 tops. Maybe just the 2 couples, and you and your girl, and my girl and I, and that's it. I don't like a whole lot of people like being in a house, especially when you're doing an investigation. I don't really care for that. It makes it not scary, and people are gonna watch this and be like, "Oh, you're a big talker, but have you ever really seen a ghost or whatever?" You don't know me. Right? I don't scare easily. Like I really don't, and I want to test myself and go to this place. I've been so excited to go to Haunted Hill House in Mineral Wells, Texas, and we're going. There's no doubt about it. We're not even that far from it. I mean, we are a few hours away, but whatever it takes, we're gonna get there, and it's gonna be really, really good for the channel, and really just really good to get under my belt and be able to say that I've gone. I take this as like a profession that I do. Like people, they go ghost hunting, and they just, it's fun, right? But it's part of who I am. So I'm not making any money off my YouTube at all. I haven't made a single penny. I put a lot of money into all this, and with that said, like I don't do this for the money. I do it because this is who I am, and I couldn't help myself. If I wanted to stop going and investigating, I don't think I could stop unless something very crazy happened and forcing me to stop. And a lot of things have happened. Like I had a video that I didn't watch for over a year because it's something that I saw that was so terrifying, and you guys are watching already. You know, Wicked knows, Ploxy knows. But I encountered something alone that terrified me to my core, and what I saw, I never thought actually existed, and I always thought it would be cool if it did. Turns out it's not cool. Like, it is not cool. It wasn't cool. It was oh shit, sorry about that. Thing right there. We're gonna go ahead and close that, get right back to the chat over here. We will leave this picture up on the vertical just because it's interesting and it's there. Um, but yeah, honestly, like I don't see myself not. I don't see myself getting to a point in my life where I don't do investigations. I just feel like if I get too old to do it, then yeah, I probably won't do it. But it really keeps me alive. And if you've ever gone on a paranormal investigation, then you know what the hell I'm talking about, right? It's not just something like, you know, you're gonna get excited, you know, and if you feel if you're the type of person who doesn't like watching horror movies and you don't do these things to yourself, right? And the reason why I say that, don't go to an investigation and put yourself in a position where you're not ready, you know? Because if you're afraid of the movies and you believe shit's doing this and doing that, I'm not saying you're wrong, because I believe in, you know, interdimensional beings and demons and stuff coming through your phones and your TVs, scrying mirrors, blah, blah, blah. This is old information I've been sitting on for so many years. But yeah, it's just don't go to these investigations if you don't have the spiritual armor and spiritual protection, and faith is really important too. Um, there's no way that I can do the things that I have done and survived without some kind of spiritual protection. And I don't really mean I don't go with like crucifixes and stuff like that. I don't. When you have faith, you don't need wooden crosses and stuff like that to get through the night. Um, we're really, honestly, we are really just a different breed here at Death Cult TV, and we just want everyone to understand, like, hey, when you're here, you're a part of us, you're part of the family, you're a part of the cult, right? So with that said, you know, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Welcome to Death Cult TV.
But yeah, we're just happy that you guys could be here. But yeah, we're gonna be popping out these Q and A's, and like I said, this is just a warm up. We're just kind of getting it going. That way, people can see this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. If I might change the thumbnail here and there. I hope you guys like it. I hope it made you laugh. I mean, it's not a funny thumbnail, but I mean, I hope you still like it anyway. Something has followed me home one time. Was pretty scary. Made slow down a bit when I was in high school. Oh. What happened? What did you see? Or what followed you? Now we need to know. I hope it wasn't this guy right here. This creepy guy. Oh, I have water. Give me a second, guys. All right. Like I said, I was really trying to get on here and start going live like around midnight and go live for like 3 hours, maybe go live until 3 a.m. But that wouldn't make sense, right? Wait till, you know, it gets to the witching hour and then stop. So right, actually, that just ended, you know, from 3 to 6 is, I believe, is the witching hours, and we just reached 6 a.m. over here. But we're not ending the stream yet, right? Like, as you can tell, I'm exhausted. But yeah, anyway. I'm so sorry. We want to hear about it, though. We're going to wait for you to let us know what happened to you in high school, Ploxy. We want to know. We really want to know. But yes, the glasses are just for effect. So you're going to build the character of Christ. Oh, sorry. That was like Chris Black. If you know, you know. If you know why I said that shit on accident, then yeah. But yeah, it does that. It pops out on the bottom right there. I don't know why it does that. All right. Let's see here. Make sure we got that going. And you know what sucks is I don't have any. I really don't have any photos that I could just say like I have this right here. Besides the ones that we did at the that I took quick shots, you know, of the buildings outside of the or over there at the hospital, and they're not really anything like, you know, to write home about. But go. Buddies and I one time went deep into the woods in an abandoned house. We played that one board game. I have no idea how to spell. I guess you're Ouija board. I think it's spelled Ouija. Could be wrong. We had a few movements on it and got scared. Yeah, and it ended what? I'm so sorry. I guess and got scared. Yeah, I had it right the first time. Hell yeah. Well, you know it sucks. I don't know how well you knew the people that you were with, and if you can trust that they didn't move it, because if I had a nickel for every time somebody like was all scared and they moved it, they're like, oh, just to kind of like be dismissive about it. So it's always good to have people people around you when you're doing the Ouija board that are positive and that are not moving the fucking things to try to, like, you know, to make themselves feel more comfortable, like, or just a joke, you know what I mean? Like, you know. So do you believe that, you know, or if you were scared, yeah, it must have moved in a it must have moved in a manner that wasn't natural, and it made you, you know, quit playing. I have a crazy Ouija board story. Yeah, so here we go. Let me just double check this is going to be good. Oh, I see. Let's see what happens when I do this. Okay, good. Yeah, it's still popping on the bottom over here like that, the way it does, and I can fix that later. I'm not really too worried about it. The chat you can see behind me, like it would be like kind of blocking or whatever. So let's talk about it, right? I want to talk about the time that I encountered the Ouija board demon. So we went home. Oh, we ain't done yet. So we went home, and that night while sleeping, I suddenly started to feel like my body literally lifting my body, and I was like paralyzed when it was happening. I was fighting it, and it finally dropped. What the heck, dude? That is insane. When I finally got out of it, I saw a shadow in the corner of the house, and it disappeared. Yeah, that's an understatement. That damn thing would have had me lift me up. I probably would have been shitting myself. You know what I mean? Like, I would be having like a heart attack. Wait a minute, I think I'm actually having a heart attack. Just kidding. But yeah. Anyway. Let's see here. Yeah, so that is crazy as hell. Thank you for sharing that story. And this is the beginning of something beautiful. Like, I'm just so excited. I can't wait to hear more and more stories. So I don't have to go. So I don't have to go searching for them on Reddit. You know what I mean? Yeah, scare the hell out of me. Yeah, you never know. You never freaking know. One time at band camp. Oh. join the stream, hit that subscribe button to support us. Who the freak is us? I don't know you. You don't know me. But we are one big happy family. Right. Ouija board demon. There are not a lot of people. Not just in the world. Well, I feel like there's just a few. I don't see anyone talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the Ouija board demon, right? You guys want to talk about the Ouija board demon? Right? Let's get up in here and talk about the Ouija board demon. You guys think I'm playing? You guys think I'm playing, right? Anyway, you want to talk about the Ouija board demon? We're going to talk about it, right? So, what I saw, I think, I don't know if Ploxy already had got in here. Oh, here we go. More story. And we can't beat this. We can't beat this, guys. You guys are amazing. I'm going to give a round of applause to you guys because you guys are coming in and you're actually talking. Right. I just want to give you guys a round of applause for actually coming in and engaging in the comments and telling us your stories and stuff. It's amazing. What's funny is back in the day when I did Call of Duty video commentary and some of my most popular ones were my ghost stories. It was always fun. Yeah, aren't they? Like, it doesn't matter what kind of channel you got going on. Yeah. So, Ouija board demon coming right up. There are not a lot of people who actually know the true, not just origins, but the name of the Ouija board demon. And for people who are going to watch this video, I'm just going to say this, like, I'm not trying to sound arrogant, but I've faced this thing and I know the name. And what happened to me was so scary that I don't say the name anymore. So you have people who believe that the spirit's name, or the spirit's not a spirit, it's a demonic entity, even like an infestation of demons, right? In one area, or whatever you want to call it. I encountered it, and people think the name. They go, everyone on YouTube, they say the Ouija board demon's name is Zozo, and I would say Zozo like all day, right? Because I know from personal experience that is not the real name of the Ouija board demon. I don't even want to tell anybody. I don't want to say what the name is, and I haven't been saying it, for years, because that's how powerful it is. The actual name, when you hear it, when you say it, then you'll know that what I'm saying is true. But I encountered this, and the name is so close to what Zozo is. Like it's there's only a 2-letter difference. It's a 4-letter name, just like Zozo, but the letters are. There's only 2 letters, like I said. It's the second and the 4th letter are not the same as, Zozo. Work. So we decided to go to bed, but when we laid down, my sister's hair was being pulled from underneath. We watched a cartoon after that with the lights on. What the hell? Yeah, shit. Is that the yellow-eyed demon time? Did I miss? Hold on. Did I miss one of yours? No, I don't think I did. No. Got it. It's right there. Okay. So, like I said, I encountered the Ouija board demon, and I wasn't the only one. And I do want to have a whole segment on that, where we just talk about Ouija board experiences, and that is it. That is it. Sounds about right. That's the second part. Boom. Well, I do apologize. We'll do the same. Watch some Blue's Clues after that. So yeah, I encountered the Ouija board demon, and we get the same name over and over and over. Never got Zozo. And I'm sure a lot of people have. I mean, I've seen it on the internet, but before YouTube was even a thing, I already encountered this demon. So I feel like if something got lost in translation over time. Hell yeah, we did, but not Blue's Clues since we didn't have that movie. Well, yeah, right. We come from nothing. You know, because obviously Wicked and I were the same age, but we had a bunch of VHS tapes, and yeah, well, we didn't have cable for the longest time. So when we got cable, that was really cool. But yeah, so I know we're doing a Q&A now, but I do want to do another podcast or a live stream where we just talk about Ouija board experiences, strictly that, you know. And if people do want to, I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be strict, but I do want to kind of stick with that theme. And if people want to come in and they don't really stick with that theme, we're not gonna get upset. We're gonna roll with the punches, and we're gonna just let people say what they got to say about. Sorry about that. We're just gonna let people say what they got to say about the paranormal, because that's what we're here for anyway, just to hear your stories. But I say just a little bit about the what happened when I encountered the Ouija board demon. I mocked it, and long story short, and there was a lot of people with us, like 13 people. There was a girl freaking out, and I was telling my friend, hey, dude, like, tell your friend to chill out, blah blah blah. But he was hosting the Ouija board session, seance, whatever you want to call it, and start hearing tapping on the floor, like somebody's tapping on the concrete floor. We're all in the garage, and I asked my friend if he hears it. He's like, I hear that. And then a piece of cardboard that was like a box that was broken down, it slid from one end of the pool table, it was underneath the pool table, but it was on the far end, and then it slid all the way out the other side, and we're all playing the Ouija board when this happens, right? And we're already getting the name. I'm not going to say the name. The cardboard slides. I see it fly out the other end. I'm just thinking to myself, like, well, nobody moved at all. Nobody kicked it or anything. But I'm not scared yet until I realize, like, everyone is like freaking out, and they all jump on. We're playing on a pool table, so we had the Ouija board like right in the middle of the pool table, and everyone jumps on the pool table, right? And it's late. It's it's like 2, witching hour, 3 o'clock, whatever. Everyone, I'm looking like this, looking at everyone jumping on the pool table until until my brain finally registers. I'm the last guy. I'm the last guy on the floor with my feet on the floor. So I go to join everyone who's on the pool table, right? And when I go, my left leg comes off the ground just fine. I go to pick myself up on the pool table. My left leg, it comes off the ground just fine. But when I went to actually get my last leg off, my second leg, my right leg, off the floor, something grabs my shin, and I just kind of like pulled through it. You know what I mean? It tried to like pull me under the damn pool table, and I didn't want to scare anyone anymore, so I didn't say anything about that until later. But we start playing the Ouija board, and it's doing the figure 8. It just keeps doing the figure 8. And that's a good indication that you're dealing with a demonic entity or infestation or whatever. And I started saying, oh, you think you're so badass. Why don't you lift up the whole pool table since you're so strong? And it just keeps doing that. And it's like, no. It's like, it's telling me no, whatever. And I'm like, why are we too heavy? And then it goes, and it goes to yes. And you can feel the difference when somebody's moving and when that shit's moving. It's like a spiritual thing. You just know. At this point, I already knew that this was a real. This shit was happening at my friend's house. So there was no doubt in my mind that what happened was like that it was fake or whatever. It was real. Starts doing the figure 8, and when I tell it we're too heavy. It says yes, and then I proceed to start mocking the demon. And it cuts me off. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're too weak. And boom, we all just felt the hardest punch from underneath the pool table. Like, a supernatural punch. It was not like a human. Like even if it was human, that person, you would have to punch that thing so hard. And imagine the weight of the pool table and then the weight of everybody on it. You're gonna hurt your hand, you know. But there was nobody under there. That's not the point. That if a person punched it or not, nobody was under the pool table. I was the last one to jump on the pool table after the damn cardboards flew from underneath the pool table, and after that, everybody freaked out, and I don't even know if we closed off the Ouija board. It was like, I was like 20 years old, right? I'm a 41, so I guess I already do have, like, at that point, I've already seen ghosts, but I had played the Ouija board and it did not work like at all until that time. Yeah, but that house was freaking crazy. There's a house off of down the street from where we stay, and it's on Tobin. It's on Tobin Street, and it might very well be the most haunted place in Corpus Christi. Several entities, weird creatures, hairy, maybe like 4 foot tall. They almost completely hairless creatures, but with like sprouts of hairs, like just like little. I can't explain it. From my friend told me, it's like these weird. It had hair, but you could see its skin, and they were all hanging out. Well, him and his girlfriend are hanging out in the garage. I didn't see this personally, but I believe him because of everything else that's happened in the house. But they were hanging out in the garage, you know, probably smoking or whatever they were doing. And they had the ceiling collapse, you know, prior from a rainstorm. There was a leak, and I guess boxes started getting full of water, and the sheetrock just collapsed. So the whole middle section of the garage and the roof was like, you could see all the stuff they had up there, you know, like packages and boxes or whatever. And they told me that they were hanging out in there, and there was a Marilyn Manson poster. So there's the stories detailed, right? They had a Marilyn Manson poster that only had the tax on the top, and they're hanging out, and this freaking creature just like falls backwards, and it holds on with its hind legs, and they see it's right there, like 5 feet away from them, and then it just, as fast as it came down, it swooped back up so fast that the poster, like, it did a whipping like that, because there was no tax on the bottom of the poster of the Marilyn Manson poster. But yeah, they saw like a creature, this freaking demon, fucking, I don't know what the hell it was. Yeah, it's like they say it was like 4 feet tall, slender. It had hair on its body, but it had like, you could see the skin through the hair or whatever. That's what they said. It was like a tan color. Yeah, so that's the same house that I experienced the Ouija board demon. There's a freaking portal there, for sure. They had my friend, who I don't even know where this guy is at, where he's at anymore. He's a couple years older than me. I hope you're doing okay, Robert, wherever you are. But yes, he was living in the house, you know, and he had kids that were seeing like floating heads and floating hands, like, you know, severed hands, like chasing them down the hall, trying to grab them and shit. Super haunted place. Super haunted. One of the weirdest layouts in a house I've ever seen. There's 2 restrooms. It was a 3-bedroom. 1 room all the way down the hall. 2 rooms down the left of the hall. It's just one long hallway, but at the very end there's a room, and then when you're going, you know, before you get to the last room, there's 2 rooms on the left, and the restroom is on the right. And the restroom's freaking weird. The one restroom is in a very back room. It's tiny as shit. You feel like, you know, something's watching you when you're using the restroom. The other restroom that most people would use, if you go around to the kitchen, you could just walk right into the restroom, but there's no fucking door. It was one of the weirdest setups like I've ever seen. So if you're taking a piss, right? You're me taking a piss, and someone could just walk around. Someone could just walk around and go look and watch you if you weren't careful. There was no sheet or nothing. As kids, my sister saw a girl and a boy ghost who were dressed in white pioneer clothing. They looked They looked at her, laughed, and ran to the back of the building. She followed them, but they disappeared. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, so as far as that house is pretty haunted. I'll probably get some pictures of it and share with you know, with the community, with the Death Cult TV community. You guys can see the pictures and everything. And Bloxy, again, thank you for sharing those pictures because that shit's awesome. We're gonna be live for another 10 minutes, so guys, get in here and get your questions answered about the paranormal. And yeah, what are your experiences with the paranormal, guys? Let us know in the comment section, and yeah, we'll be happy to engage in that conversation about what you went through, right? And maybe you can open up possibilities for deeper conversations about the paranormal that you never knew existed within yourself. So get in here, guys, and let's talk about the dark side a little bit, right? Let's face it, a lot of these paranormal events are not something that I would say are always positive. It's very rare. I've had a lot of things that I've been through, mainly been very, very dark when it comes to, like, you know, going paranormal investigating. But yeah, nothing tops the shapeshifter that I saw. I call it. You know, a good friend of mine who was in the Marines, he corrected me when I told him the story about what I saw at the cemetery in Green Grove or Green Hill Cemetery in Weatherford, Texas. It was the scariest shit I ever seen in my life. But yeah, I seen a man turn to a dog, turn back into a man, and then turn into a deer, and then go behind the tree. And it just me talking about it is kind of like whatever. Like, what is that? Oh, that's not scary. It's just a fucking man, deer, dog, or whatever. It's one thing to just be hearing me talk about this shit. It's another thing to be out in the cemetery in the middle of the night whenever there's nobody out there. I thought I was cooked. I thought that there was a grave digger or a property owner or somebody who watches the cemetery. I thought he was out there. I seen a fucking man. I have really good vision, and I'm a vampire. I could see at night and shit. So I saw the motherfucker. It's real. And shapeshifters are real. For other people who don't believe in that stuff, I'm here to tell you right now, shapeshifters are freaking real. And they're not only real, but they're real terrifying. And you hear about stories about people getting petrified and where they can't move because of how afraid they are. And it's hard to picture, like, what is it going to take for something like that to happen? That's what it fucking takes. It takes for you to see something shape shifting, right? A man turning into an animal, different animals and shit before my eyes, 30 feet away from me. And yeah, I have footage of my reaction, but I was afraid to have my camera spotted because I thought it was a person. I saw a man before I saw anything. So I put my camera down, but then once I realized, like, I wasn't able to see it in the camera, I started getting my reaction, and I can't wait to go back on that footage. As a kid, seeing the yellow-eyed black figure outside my window and hearing and seeing things, I think the ghost messing with our kids scared me the most. Yeah, I remember we talked about it, and it's scary conversation because anytime the kids are involved, they're more susceptible, but they're also protected because they're innocent, you know. Unless you have, like, little shitty kids that don't listen, yeah, then those are the type of kids we want to get possessed. I'm just kidding. We don't want that for anybody, right? But hey, there might be a couple. Yeah, there might be a couple kids that need that possession. But yes, I'm excited. I'm so excited because this is it. This is where we're going. This is where we're going. This is where Death Cult TV was at the whole time, in our spirit, right? We've been here. We've just been here in this whole paranormal mindset, and right? I've allowed my addiction of video games to get the best of the channel and to get the best of me, right? I had like a random song pop in my head, but I'm not gonna torture you guys with me just randomly singing some shit. But yes, I'm just like, this is where it's going. It's going in this direction, and I can't wait to get these people in here who are really, really passionate about talking about their experiences, because they're out there. They're definitely out there. They're just watching other paranormal YouTubers and content creators, that they've been watching probably for years. We're trying to bring a fresh new take. What you see is what you get. We don't fake. We're not faking any videos at all. We're not worried about views, and there's so many clips that I've already said this before on my last stream. I have a lot of clips where I have proof, orbs and shooting out of my stomach, getting burned by, I guess I would say, you could say it's a bad spirit or a demon in the prison cells at the courthouse, Corpus Christi courthouse. I have that footage. So we don't really have anything to prove as far as like if we think that you should believe in ghosts or not, but whatever. That's not what this is all about. We want people who don't believe in that stuff here with us as well, so you can experience it through our eyes, and we just want to show the truth of the paranormal. That's all we're trying to do. And yeah, we never faked any of our videos. Like, just, it's not gonna happen. Don't hold your breath. We wouldn't want that happening to us, and we don't want that for you guys. And definitely there's plenty of YouTubers that fake their shit, and for views. But you can clearly go watch my videos and see that most of them are gaming, so there's nothing. You would think that if I wasn't getting views for my paranormal videos, that I would just stop, but I haven't posted enough paranormal, so that's why I don't get views for these type of videos. But that'll change real soon once the algorithm recognizes that I'm gonna start doing this. But with that said, even with all the videos that I have put up, with all the gaming and my live streams and all that stuff, I'm not gonna fake a video to start pushing those videos, because we're not gonna be doing like that much gaming really. But yeah, so whatever views that we do get for all our videos, but for the future, whatever views that we do get from the paranormal are going to be natural views, and we're going to get natural reactions recorded for you guys, and we want your natural reactions in the comments. Let us know how you're liking the videos. Let us know if we're doing something wrong. If there's anything that we can improve on, we'll definitely try our best. But we are on a budget, and we have plenty of equipment, spirit boxes, infrared lights so we can see in the dark, and while we're using night vision and stuff like that to amplify the light, that way we don't get spotted. We have a couple of devices. We have some stuff. We have the Mel's meter. That's a really good one. And we still have yet to get anybody or any spirit or anything to touch it. So the day that happens, like, we hope that you guys are there. You know what I mean? So if you're not already subscribed, I don't know what the heck you're waiting for. Yeah, go hit that subscribe button, and yeah, that way you don't miss another spooky live stream like this one, or another paranormal Q and A. Yeah, but with that said, I think we have like. We're gonna wait just a little bit longer, just to kind of get out there a little bit more. Let's see. All right, so yeah, we've kept that picture on there just because it's just so good. It's such a good picture, and we just kind of wanted to keep that vibe going, and having the creepy ghost boy in the background. If you're watching the vertical, that is. If you're watching the horizontal, then you're seeing the whole other thing. We did have it showing up. I could just come over here and I could just put it like that. There it is. There's a picture of the little boy. We're not going to create a horizontal video for this, because that's what the live stream is for. So you probably will end up seeing this. We're probably going to clip it, that way you can see the ghost boy later on after the stream. But I still have that other video that I'm working on, and that's probably going to be more important. So I'm gonna try to get that done. I just got to do video voiceovers and subtitles. That's it, and the video is done. Right, intro, a little bit of commentary and an outro, and just call it a day. Post it up and see what kind of reactions we get from that video. But that was just reconnaissance. The video we recorded is only like 6 minutes long. We shortened everything up, so took like a 20-minute video and clipped it to 6.5 minutes. So it's not a long watch, right? So for all those short attention span people, you're really gonna enjoy it, and you come in and check it out. I could show a sneak peek, but what fun would that be? So right, that's why it's important that you guys subscribe. But yeah, and then we're so happy that we've already got a couple of subscribers during the stream. We're never expecting it. We're not really ever expecting the subscribers, but we appreciate them. We never expect them, and we're always appreciative of the ones that we get. Sorry, we are appreciative of the ones that we do get, and yeah, so just keep on sending love and support, and we just keep on growing together and getting deeper and deeper into this paranormal realm. It's just gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so fun seeing you guys' reactions and comments when we finally get to places like the Haunted Hill House. Well, we want to get there so bad. We're not made of money, right? Like I said, we are on a budget, and we have kids, and we are just trying to stay afloat just like everyone else. So all the support, all the love that you guys give, it helps out so much. We're not asking for donations or anything like that. Just hey, maybe share the stream. Ask a friend to watch with you, see what they say. If they're into the paranormal, see if they like what they see, and if they do, tell them to subscribe. Tell them Chris Black sent you, or Large Marge if you know. But yeah, guys, that's really gonna be it for this paranormal Q and A, and I think it went really well. We just want to thank Ploxy Retro for sharing his photos with us recently of the ghost boy that he caught at a recent ghost tour that he went to with his wife, and we just love you for that. That was so awesome. You came in clutch. We had the picture, but I forgot about it, if I'm being honest. I forgot about it, and then you popped in. I'm like, oh, picture time. So thank you so much for that, Ploxy. And then of course, last but not least, Wicked Creations, because she's always there for us. Yes, honestly, I had a really, really good time with this live, and I haven't had this much fun going live in a long time. Yeah, we play the games and we talk, whatever, but this is where the channel's going, guys. So just get ready to be seeing this. Is it gonna look a little bit better? Yeah, sure. We don't have a whole lot of shit, in the background or anything like that. It's got the chat and everything. Got the candle, burning back there. It's just chill vibes, We don't need to flood the screen with a bunch of bullshit, like you see a lot of streamers, and when they're gaming, it makes sense, right? You have your little gauges and and your life bars and whatever. We're a different breed of streamers. We're not gonna stick to the gaming and just do that. Like I said, Death Cult TV was always meant to just be paranormal, and eventually I think that's what's going to happen. It's just going to turn into strictly paranormal. And maybe I keep saying the word strictly. I need to stop saying that, because I want to think outside the bun, you know what I mean? And I've made a few videos. Some of them are funny, some of them probably didn't really resonate with other people, and I had certain ideas I thought would be funny, and they weren't, and those videos are no longer posted for those reasons, but for obvious reasons. But yeah, so I think I'm better at just being, trying to be a part of this paranormal community on YouTube, which is the best. YouTube has the best paranormal community in the entire world, and on the entire streaming services and media, outlet, whatever you want to call it. yeah, YouTube is where it's at. And with that said, it's for everyone who has inspired me throughout the years, people that I've watched. You know, I mean, it goes without saying. You know, obviously, you know, but like Ghost Adventures and stuff like that. You know, I grew up with that. Paranormal State. I love those shows, and they inspired me to be make a big impression or a big mark on the paranormal world. And I just felt like I was sitting on the sidelines for so long, and to me, it's like I said before, the paranormal was not something that I just watch or something that somebody else inspired me to do. It's not just that. It's who I am, and I've seen ghosts since I was little. Right, this is where I have I see dead people, soundboard or whatever. I don't have that, not yet. But so I just had to break out of the norm of me just gaming on the channel and do what I know I was meant to do, which is communicate with the other side and have you guys be a part of it. And it's as simple as that. Right, so we're 2 hours in, guys. And yeah, with all that said, I just want to thank Ploxy again. I want to thank Wicked. I want to thank Ikuto for subscribing. I'm probably saying that wrong. And I want to thank everyone else who subscribed during the stream. You guys are amazing, right? And that's going to be it for this stream. We're 2 hours in, and got to take a little break. I'm going to go live tonight, guys, so be looking out for that. I'm going to be posting some pictures of the ghost boy that you see here on the screen on the vertical stream. But yes, that's going to be it for this stream, guys, and it's going to be it for the very first paranormal Q and A. And I hope you guys had a good time. And one last time before we go, if you're not already subscribed, so what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the like button if you like the stream, and turn on bell notifications and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any more live streams, okay? And any more question and answer podcasts like this. But that's gonna be it, guys. And I hope you're having a good day or night wherever you are in the world, right? And until next time, keep it spooky.